In the bustling city of Hong Kong, there was a woman named May who felt trapped in a life of constant struggle. No matter how hard she worked, it seemed as if money always slipped through her fingers. Bills piled up, opportunities passed her by, and her small business, which she had started with great hope, seemed on the verge of collapse. May felt lost, as if an invisible barrier was blocking her path to success. One rainy afternoon, as May sat in her quiet tea house, she noticed a customer lingering longer than usual, sipping tea and quietly observing the space. The woman was elderly, with kind eyes that seemed to see more than what was on the surface. After a long silence, the woman spoke. "You're carrying a heavy burden," she said softly. Startled by the woman's perceptiveness, May nodded. "I don't know what's wrong. No matter what I do, I can't seem to bring prosperity into my life." The old woman smiled. "Have you ever considered Feng Shui?" May had heard of Feng Shui before, the ancient Chinese practice of arranging one's surroundings to harmonize with the natural flow of energy or qi, but she had never believed it could really make a difference. Sensing her skepticism, the old woman leaned in closer and said, "It's not magic, my dear. It's about creating space for positive energy to flow. Wealth, like water, needs a clear path." Intrigued, May asked the woman to explain more. She introduced herself as Madame Li, a Feng Shui master with decades of experience. She promised May that by making a few changes to her environment, she could unlock the flow of wealth in her life. Secret 1: Declutter your space to make room for abundance. The first thing Madame Li advised was to declutter the tea house and May's home. Clutter creates stagnant energy, she explained. If your space is blocked, so is your opportunity for prosperity. May spent the next weekend removing items she no longer used, cleaning every corner of her home and business. She noticed a lightness beginning to fill the air, as if the act of clearing out old things made way for new possibilities. She didn't realize it at the time, but this simple action was already setting the stage for change. Secret 2: Activate the wealth corner. Madame Li then guided May to identify the wealth corner of her home and business. According to Feng Shui, this corner is located in the far left of a space when standing at the entrance. This area is directly connected to your financial prosperity, Madame Li said. Enhance it with symbols of abundance. In her tea house, May placed a healthy, vibrant jade plant, a symbol of wealth, and a small water fountain in the wealth corner. At home, she hung a picture of a golden dragon, a traditional symbol of good fortune. The changes were simple, but they immediately brought a sense of vitality to both spaces. Secret 3: Keep the flow of energy moving with water features. Water is a powerful symbol of wealth in Feng Shui. Water represents the flow of abundance, Madame Li explained. But it must be moving, not stagnant. May installed a small fountain at the entrance of her tea house, its gentle trickle creating a peaceful ambience. At home, she made sure to keep her fish tank clean and the water fresh, ensuring the energy continued to circulate. The flowing water seemed to bring with it a fresh wave of energy, and May soon noticed an increase in customers at the tea house. Secret 4: Use mirrors to expand energy. Mirrors are like amplifiers, Madame Li said during one of their consultations. They reflect energy and can double your opportunities for wealth. May hung a mirror on the wall opposite the tea house's entrance, reflecting the interior and symbolically doubling her business. At home, she placed a small mirror in the dining room, where meals, representing sustenance and abundance, were shared. The mirrors opened up the spaces, creating a feeling of expansion and inviting more prosperity into her life. Secret 5: Use color to attract wealth. Colors are very important in Feng Shui, Madame Li said. Gold, purple, and green are the colors associated with wealth. Following her advice, May incorporated these colors subtly into her tea house and home. She replaced the tea house's tablecloths with ones that had golden threads woven into the fabric. She added small purple cushions to the chairs and placed green plants around the space. At home, she introduced golden accents in her living room and hung a piece of art with a rich purple background. These changes brought warmth and vibrancy to both spaces, and May noticed a shift in how her customers reacted. People seemed more at ease, more willing to linger, and more likely to make purchases. Secret 6, Balance the Elements. Madame Li taught May about the 5 elements in Feng Shui: wood, fire, earth, metal, and water. Each element brings its own energy, and all must be in balance for prosperity to flow. May looked around her home and tea house, realizing that some elements were missing. She added a small wooden sculpture for the wood element, candles for fire, and metal ornaments to complete the balance. By aligning these elements, May could feel a newfound harmony within her space. Secret 7, Invite good fortune with symbols of prosperity. The final secret was to invite good fortune directly into her life. Madame Li recommended placing traditional symbols of prosperity near the entrance to the tea house and home, such as a Chinese coin tied with a red ribbon or a figurine of the laughing Buddha. May chose a small statue of the 3-legged money frog, an iconic Feng Shui symbol of wealth. She placed it just inside the front door, facing inward, to welcome prosperity into her life. The frog, with a coin in its mouth, became a daily reminder of the flow of wealth and abundance that was now beginning to take shape. The transformation. Over the next few months, May's life began to transform. The tea house, once struggling to attract customers, became a popular spot for locals and tourists alike. Her financial situation improved steadily as she paid off her debts and even began saving for the first time in years. Opportunities that once seemed out of reach began to present themselves, and May found herself filled with a renewed sense of hope and possibility. One evening, as she closed up the tea house after a particularly busy day, May thought back to the rainy afternoon when she first met Madame Li. The Feng Shui master had not only helped her arrange her physical space but had also taught her how to align her intentions with the flow of energy around her. Through these 7 Feng Shui secrets, May had unlocked the flow of wealth in her life. She realized that prosperity was not just about money. It was about creating harmony between her environment, her energy, and her intentions. By doing so, she had opened the door to abundance in ways she had never imagined, and as May sat down to enjoy a cup of tea in her now thriving tea house, she smiled, knowing that the wealth she had unlocked was more than material. It was a reflection of the balance she had found within herself.